Welcome to the gathering at the Cosmic Fire Summit, where we have invited shamanic earth-based healers, teachers, thought leaders, and allies to light the way into our future. During these times of great transformation and change, it's important for each one of us to find our own courageous solutions to the problems of today's world. Around the cosmic fire, wisdom and medicine will be shared for creating holistic health and well-being, harmonious living, real sustainability, and the potential for both personal and global change. The gathering at the Cosmic Fire Summit is brought to you by Shaman's Directory, an online global platform for shamanic services. At Shaman's Directory, we believe that it's time to bring shamanic earth-based wisdom and medicine to the forefront of people's minds when considering their overall health and well-being and the future of our planet. I'm Tricia Bennett. I'm one of your hosts at the Cosmic Fire, and I am delighted to welcome Don Gino Chaka-Runa. Welcome, Gino.
Tricia, thank you very much. May the light of wisdom come in your beautiful project.
For those of you who do not know Gino, I'm going to take a minute to let you know a little bit more about him and his work. Don Gino's grandfather was Yatiri from the lineage of the Incas, which was the highest level for a curandero or healer. He initiated Gino into the shamanic path at the young age of 15 and gave him the name of Chaka-Runa, which means the bridge man in Quechua. At that time, he was introduced to the knowledge of the Andean cosmovision, shamanism, and the use of sacred medicine plants. Along his path, following the ancient Andean shamanic knowledge, he strongly felt the call of the Amazon and started doing plant medicine and master plant dietas at the Munay retreat in Pucallpa, Peru. Headed by Don Jose Campos, by whom he was further trained, Gino travels the world sharing the knowledge of the Shipibo lineage, their practices, and Icaros. His latest and greatest project is the creation of the Chaka-Runa Global Eco Village, which he will be sharing with us during our time together. So welcome again, Gino. The topic that you have chosen for our talk today is preservation of Mother Earth through shamanism.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much for inviting me, Tricia. And I'm available. I'm here to answer any questions that you might be interested.
So the first question I have for you is, you said that you were initiated by your grandfather and that it really started when you were very young. Did you follow the path from the time you were 15, or did you take some time off to grow in other ways and return to the path?
That's a good question. When I look back in time and I see myself at that young age, it was always there, you know. I think that for people that are healers or curanderos, shamans is not a word that is in our language. It comes from other culture, but let's keep it like that. Curandero, yatiri. It's something that is there probably since you're born, but you are not aware. And later you start being aware because there is something that makes you a little bit different, not better, no worse, but different. I was in my youth kind of not a loner or in solitude, the opposite. I was very social. But even being social, I was always drawn to, in my heart, in my mind, to ask these questions of what am I doing here at that young age? What is this all about? Where am I going? You know, I would go to a party, maybe with friends, maybe drinking a little beer at that age, you know, everybody was having fun and I was in the table with maybe talking with a friend and then I would go, hey, you know, have you never asked yourself, what are we doing here in the middle of a party, you know? They would say, you know, this is not your party, please go some other party. And it was always like that, you know? So then I noticed at my age that this path starts with the seeker, the one that is looking for answers to these big questions, which every human being, I guess, asks to himself at one point, and others keep asking for themselves forever until you don't ask anymore because you don't need any answers in that later age, in the autumn of the life, then you don't seek anything anymore. And then you don't need any answers. You just flow through life because the only meaning of life is to live it. And so, yeah, at that age, it was started, and my grandpa saw it because the elders can see these things, as I can see now in other people that come to me. They can see the spark in the eyes. There's power there. It's raw. There is raw, but there is power there. We can make it grow. And he saw this, and that's why he named me Chaka-Runa. I didn't even know what that meant at that time. I don't speak fluent Quechua. I defend myself. I understand, and but he did. So then later in my life, a friend of mine came into the picture, anthropologist in Cusco, and without knowing my shamanic name or healer name, the minute I opened the door of his place, because I was going to rent a place at his space, he pointed at me, "You're a Chaka-Runa." I'm talking decades after that, decades, and I was wow. Anyway, so yes, that would be the answer is that I followed that path, and it was not easy because the seeker goes through a normal life also, school, university, especially in my case because I was raised between the highlands of Puno, Cusco, and Lima City, and raised in a family with normal codes and everything. So I graduated also in university, but the normal life was there, and the shamanic path was parallel. And sometimes in brackets, then again more powerful, and it started blossoming by itself, and until then, when I reached my 40s, I retired in whatever I was doing and jumped in 100% on my real path because that was there since ever. It was always drawn to mysticism, to wisdom, to ancient communities, shamanism itself, not as a healer, nothing like that. There was just drawn to the wisdom of this culture. Later on, I understood what is really a shaman or a healer, with these four legs that I believe I already explained some time ago. So yeah, it's you can go in a normal life. I believe this also can happen in a native community because they have their own duties. Go harvest the land or bring me these corns or go for hunting, whatever, and then they have to spare time to do both at the same time. I believe in the city it's much more difficult because of all the distractions, the studying, transportation, whatever. Yeah, but at the end, by itself, it's like it gains its own weight and it takes the right space in your life by itself. You effortless, and things starting to go away. I have to say that when I started with plant medicine, then I had this big call. It was not even a call; it was an order. It was a clear order from the spirit of the plant, and fighting the path. You know, I don't want to do this. It's not for me. La, la. I dropped it. I remember I dropped it one or two times, and the plant medicine brought me back right away. And then one message was, okay, you can walk away. for a while. But when you come back, you gotta leave everything, and you just gotta do this. And so we was, bit by bit, I left everything on the normal life, as you can say, and just dedicated my life as this service, because at the end, I have to say, I committed, and I have been delivering maybe more than I wanted. But the main reason is, of course, that I committed for a reason, because what the plant medicine gave to me was priceless in my life. And I just wanted to give back by giving to the people coming through me the same that the mother medicine gave to me. That is how it happens, and that is what is happening now.
And you've been doing that for decades now.
Yeah, a little bit too long, maybe. Well, I have been walking on the Andean path, and then I was a seeker. I said, okay, so be it. I want this, I like this, I'm gonna do it. And then I didn't know there was power there, but the power comes, first is the seeker. The seeker is there. And by seeking, you become a warrior, which is the second leg. The warrior of your own life. You conquer things that come in front of you. You conquer evil sometimes in your life. You conquer low emotions, anger, revenge. You conquer yourself, and you tame your spirit, And then after that comes the maestro, not necessarily with power, still evolving, but wisdom. Maestro, wisdom. Who is a maestro? Somebody that masters something. Can be a maestro in yoga, maestro in chemistry, maestro in plant medicine, maestro in martial arts, whatever. They master this, And then you can teach it. You can teach something that you master, or share it. And the maestro in the shamanic world was the elder, the one that knew about plants, how to heal a little boy that was bitten by a spider in the Amazon, but also about the values of the community, and the principles, and the habits, and the rituals. Then he was a maestro. He could transpass knowledge. That is a maestro. And then the other leg, of course, is the seer, the one that could see beyond. In those times, probably it was more a feeling. Maybe they could see something in the vision, because these things you can see, absolutely. Things that are to come, you can see. Maybe this is more in the animals. Like if there's going to be an earthquake, you see the birds already flying minutes before the earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
They have this sensibility. So does the shaman. They has this feeling of vibration, that they are not at ease if something is going to happen, like a little bird. So there was the foreseer. They get ready to defend. Now probably it's different. Maybe it's about to see what is behind the COVID, or what is behind so many things that are happening nowadays. The war in Israel, in Croatia, These things are now to be seen behind the curtains by people that have this gift, and then they can act on that behalf. And the last leg, which comes with the power, is the healer, of course. Then you become the healer, because you have healed first yourself, and that takes years. It's not like one one retreat or one dieta or one session with a shaman in the north with drumming or whatever. Even with plant medicine, it takes time. It's like going to the hospital. You know, you don't go to the hospital in one session with the doctor. You are absolutely healed. The first session, the doctor makes a diagnosis. Okay, bring me this test, bring me this other test. Okay, I can see you have this, you have this. And plant medicine is the same, but much deeper. The plant medicine and other entheogenic substances, also in animals. There are some here in the DMT and other substances. And then you can make a very deep MRA of yourself, not physical, but much deeper, also emotional, um, mind-wise, and energetical-wise. So then it's a much thorough diagnosis. Then start the treatment, which can take 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So the shaman has to go into this, and that healing goes through all the life. Of course, less and less, and there is a time that you just go in other realms for information. I mean, the shamans before anything, these medicines all around the world were taken only by the elite, by the highest priests of each culture, in the Incas, the Aztecas, the Mayans, and other cultures around the world. And this was not at reach of any simple human being. It was because they knew this would open doors and powerful information could be gathered there. So what I'm saying is the shaman, after healing himself, would go there just to gather information. Maybe there was some things to sort out for the community. Okay, I'm gonna go there, so have a look. Boom, 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 boom. More than the person was now in a communal in a communal environment. I mean, broader purpose, not only the personal purpose. And then after that, of course, is the human purpose. Many times you can have visions of the pain of humanity, and some people even purge for that collective pain and wounds, you know. So at the end, when you heal yourself, you're kind of healing your family first, because if you are not good, no member of your family will be okay. If you don't heal yourself, you're gonna be dragging on your family in your disease, which is even worse when it's emotional than physical. And then you affect at the same time your community, your area, and so on, and then the country, and then the biggest drive ever, humanity. So that is why the title, you know, because by healing yourself, you are one in the whole tribe of humanity. One counts, one matters, one affects hundreds or thousands. And that is the way of shaman. It's not about, it's spreading the word, spreading the light, and not even spreading, showing, because a shaman, a really thorough and conscious shaman, doesn't want to have everybody under his wing or his light. He wants people to discover their own light. That is the word of a shaman, not being in a pedestal, or I am more than you, come to me. No, absolutely not. The more powerful, the more humble, the more respectful, the more equal you are with everybody, in that equality draws you to show a little bit of the empowerment that each person can reach in their own lives after healing. So, and that of course affects at the same time the planet and Mother Earth, because then you gain consciousness, which is the biggest disease on our times and probably since ever. In my view, is not cancer or Ebola or COVID or diabetes. I don't know. In my view, is the lack of consciousness. That is the biggest disease, which creates at the same time the disease that every human being has at least once in his life, for 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, or forever, which is stress and depression, because it's absolutely disconnection with the spirit. It's so fast. Everything is so fast, so material, so nice looking to the eyes and to the taste, that there's no time to stop and look inside. What is inside? Nobody cares anymore. And that is the big disconnection that the shaman or curandero or yatiri is meant to retrieve, to capture. It's there, but it's covered with so many layers of the material world. It's covered. You cannot see it. You cannot feel it. You go, and then you die, which is okay. I mean, many people, but I believe that the more people that are aware of their spirit, their soul, then affects at the same time the collective, to put in balance. It is called Munai Kausai, like living in balance, life in balance from the heart. Then, but I believe it's a long way to go. For now, I think we should go into the next question, because it was a long one.
Great. That's great. No, it was a beautiful answer. And, one of the things that you said so many things, but one of the things that you said was that in the past, the master plants were really only for the high priests or priestesses. They were not used by everyone. And I understand that, I understand the disease of unconsciousness that we're living in now. And I'm thinking that that's probably the reason that so many people are seeking the master plants, is to help them to reawaken. I've watched you in ceremony before, and I know that that's your mission, is to help people wake up. And I'm wondering if you could say, I know that people from all over the world come to you. And I'm wondering if you could describe a little bit, are there general themes of why they're coming and what they hope to receive from the master plants?
I can say that since I started, I developed, which I have not seen in any colleague or other ways of shamanism, I developed an interview, a very personal interview, because in these medicines, ayahuasca, San Pedro, peyote, mushrooms, iboga, and many others, you cannot dosify. I mean, if it's a one-to-one ceremony, fine. You know what the person is bringing, you know what the person should take. It's like a doctor. When you go to the doctor, you and I go to the doctor, maybe we have the same disease, same doctor, different sizes, different metabolism, so on, and then the doctor will tell you, okay, Trisha, take this one pill for your disease, and you you have to take 3 pills for your disease. Because it's depending on your metabolism, your characteristics, and even having the same disease. So this is the same. How can you serve, let's say, 10 people, 15 people in a room, the same amount of medicine? That is a no-go, because They all have different diseases. They all have different resistance to the medicine. You can overdo if you don't know what they're doing. How? It's a guess. It's guessing. In this world, you cannot guess. You can say, I'm a shaman. I know. Hardly, because you have just seen this person. And this person has a big story in his or her back. You can only know by walking in the shoes of a person, but if you talk with a person, you will know a lot. You will have a big background. So for me, one of the most important things is the dosification. I mean, you cannot dosify everybody in the same way, and that will give the whole group and specifically each person safety. Because these medicines are very strong. You can also damage the personality or the mind. And to answer your question, many people, I would say there are some differences between countries, but maybe in the resistance or the capacity to drink more amount of medicine. You know, I will not mention any country, but regarding themes, I have to say that around since 2016, 15, that I started going abroad, around 6,000 people, 6 to 7,000 people has sat with me and with my team. And that gives a lot of knowledge, information, because I don't even have to make any spreadsheet. I know what people bring. You can find a lot of people, mostly, I would say, come because they have trauma from childhood. These traumas go from abandonment, physical abuse, a lot of sexual abuse, a lot within the families, within relatives, few in school or boyfriend, mainly in the very early childhood. Abandonment, as I said, bad parenthood, divorce also affects a lot the kids, and then they bring this. A lot in women, for instance, I have seen they fail again and again in the relationships because they look for the image of the father, and the father was a person that would drink a lot and destructive, and it's something that it's absorbed. When we are kids, we have no knowledge, we have no filter of any information. So whatever we see, we absorb like a sponge. You know, the way of walking, the way of dressing, the way of acting, the way of shouting, the way of being aggressive or being in peace. We all absorb, and then we repeat because that's what we have seen. So the themes are mainly healing their lives. Sometimes they don't even know what is to heal, most likely. Some other people come for finding their purpose of life. They're lost, absolutely lost. Because one of the questions I ask is, have you really, really found something you can say, this is it, this is my passion. How could I have not seen? I got it. This is what moves my heart. Have you found it? Believe me, 60-70% of the people say, no, I have not. And then my answer is, it's okay. While you're still breathing, there is hope to fulfill that void. Probably with this days, which it does a lot. And then there are also people that come for curiosity. You know, they want to experience the plant, but at the end, those are the ones that need a big healing and they didn't know. They didn't know. Whoever comes for whatever reason, at the end, these medicines will take you through cleansing, through healing, and through awakening. As simple as It's unavoidable. Even if you come for healing, for curiosity, for whatever you think is your big trauma. That is why I say to the people after the interview, as of now, please drop every expectation, because people have with such big expectations. This will be it. This is it. This is, I mean, this will save my life. It's like a magic pill. And they don't know that there is a lot of work to do from them. This is, the medicine doesn't heal. I don't heal. I'm just a bridge, and the medicine just shows you what you need to heal on yourself. And you need to put it out to the purge. Nobody's gonna purge it for you. We help. I can heal, I can take you to the healing. And the medicine also. We work in unison. The medicine is the tool of the shaman, but the shaman is the tool of the medicine. If the shaman is not at ease, is not healed, the medicine cannot act through you. It's a charade. It's not true. The shaman has to be in resonation, in unison, clean, healed, and then the medicine will act through you, and you will act through the medicine. It's one thing. And then it's the ceremony between the medicine and the shaman. But even if people come for curiosity, it's unavoidable. And the thing of the interviews also is very important because it opens the wounds. It's the first stage of healing, acceptance. They don't even know. And I start asking questions here and there since childhood, questions that, in my view, are the ones that can give a benchmark, can mark a person for good or for bad in childhood until your nowadays. And then I find wounds. The main purpose is to find the wounds, the hidden wounds, because people don't know. They say, we talk and I ask, so, are you married, divorced, in a relationship, or single, or widowed? I am in a relationship now. But you were married before? Yes. How long ago? Or 2 years ago, whatever. For how long? For 15 years. What happened? This and this and that. And then I ask, close your eyes, what is the emotion in your heart when we talk about this person? And they start crying. It's not healed. They don't know. They have no clue. What is the emotion? Sadness, anger. And then you bring these emotions to the surface because it is encapsulated. It's under the rag. When things are painful, we put them under the rag or hang them in the closet or in the basement. The purpose is to make the person speak it out. When we verbalize, then it comes to the surface. It moves our heart. It moves the emotion through the verb. The verb has power. And the verb is accepting. Yes, this is painful. Yes, this brings me sadness. And then the wound is open again and bleeding. So the medicine will go right there. If the wound is closed, let's say you cut your skin, I don't know, and then you put the little medicine. It seems like it's healed and it's already closed, maybe a little scar, but you touch and still there is some infection there. What do? Not even the water goes in the shower, and you can feel this infection. You have to scratch it open, press the post, and then put the medicine. And that is what I do with them. I scratch open the wounds that they don't even know are there. And then the medicine goes right there. And that is why our ceremonies are so healing effectively. And if I can put it all together, we all know that the medicine heals in the body. Interestingly, if we have some pain in the shoulder or whatever, the medicine will make the pain grow 50 times in the first ceremony. In the second, it's really painful. And at the third, It's like a pimple, and you put it all together. Press, painful, painful, painful. And also emotional. You will feel the pain in your heart 100 times, but also the love. With this medicine, the emotions are felt so deeply and so sensitive that you can even touch that emotion. That is the power of these medicines. So what I have seen is that mainly three big segments come in this healing, even if they come from curiosity. And I explain to the people, I give them guidance. I don't know, that's my view. Everything has to evolve. Nothing can stay frozen forever. Everything has to evolve, upgrade. So I bring the core of shamanism from the Andes and the Amazon. By the way, my lineage is mestizo. Mestizos were people from the Andes or from the Amazon itself coming and learning from the native peoples or others and embracing in their own culture mestizo, which is the mix of all the bloods, this knowledge. And so what I have seen is that to keep it short, one of the things that you will be shown is all the decisions not so smart that you took in your life that brought damage to yourself, pain and wound. And you were not aware. And you will see it crystal clear, and there's no other option but say, wow, I did this to myself, really? Wow. And you will cry like a baby. And there's no other option but acceptance. And after acceptance, of course, comes forgiveness to yourself. The other big segment is that I have put together is all the wrongs and that you do to others, because you see the pain and wound you cause to loved ones or people in your life with your words, your actions, or emotions. You will feel it in your own being, and you will crack you down and destroy you. And you will cry like a baby because of the pain you caused. And again, the only option is acceptance and forgiveness. And the third and big segment and big one is all the bads and wrongs others did to you, consciously or unconsciously. And that is the big F of forgiveness, because you will see many times that they went through the same, and they repeated what was done to them in you. So these are the main things. I don't know if this answers your question. You can make a catalog of people, why they come, drug addiction, physical diseases. I have treated Parkinson, really, even epilepsy, fibromyalgia, diabetes, cancer cases, so many things. But mostly everything has an emotional root, So first you have to go there. The only way to heal is to go back to the origin of the wound. That means probably your childhood or your youth. You have to go there, really look. And many times when you say, why this happened to me? Why to me? Why to me? I always say, maybe you should better ask what for it happened to me. What are you going to do with this? You're going to be whining your whole life, or you're going to do something. You cannot change it. It's already past and it's gone, but you have to do something. If there was abuse, then maybe you can use this knowledge to avoid other kids to be abused, and do something positive with this. And they have to relieve it and say, you go there and look again, feel it again, purge it out. It's so nasty that it has to come out. That is why this medicine, for something, in the Amazon, the elders, we don't say, let's go drink ayahuasca. We say, let's go take the purge, because it has to purge you. It has to come out some way, through the crying, through the vomit, in the toilet, in the skin, somehow has to come out. And then you feel so light, so healed on your knees of gratitude really to the plant. It's like that. I mean, we need these plants. Can you imagine how powerful the plant world is, that we need these plants, that we humans, that we think we are more than the plants or higher level, need the plants to see what we're carrying inside?
It really is amazing. It really changes your whole perspective about
Yeah.
living beings and the wisdom of the plants and the wisdom of things that are not human, that we don't all often think about.
And that is connected to the title, because once you heal yourself, as I said, at the same time of the healing is through the cleansing, because you purge, you cleanse your system. And these beautiful divine spirits, as many others, come through you, that you are not clean, sometimes even filthy and dark inside. And they come through the spiritual world inside you, showing all the darkness and all the filthiness and guiding you to put it out. It is like this. Once this happens, you gain awareness, because you, wow, what is this? There is something else. There is another world here. Because why would I see this and that person also saw the same and this other person saw the same? We're not tripping here. This exists because he should see other things and he should see other things. And that is kind of weird, you know. And then you gain awareness. Okay, it's something else. Awareness of yourself, of the actions, your emotions, that can put these energies back inside you, so you're more cautious in your life. And then you get more aware also of everything around you. Respect, humbleness. You will see the trees with different eyes. Maybe they can start talking to you. And you will feel the air and the sun. Everything will matter, because the final outcome of consciousness, because you can be conscious on your food. Okay, I'm conscious of my food. I don't need fat, I don't need meat. Is that being conscious? Maybe a little bit. You can be conscious of your clothes. I'm not gonna wear synthetic. I'm gonna wear only wool and cotton and so on. You can be cautious of your words. I'm not gonna swear anymore. I'm done swearing. I don't like cursing. But the real consciousness is just two words. Be present in everything you do. And then you will be cautious. Because it's absolutely logical that behavior in any element or moment that you are, that if you are present, there's no other outcome. And you will respect everything around you, the people, because shamanism is based on animism. We believe there is a soul in every being or matter, even in the rocks, in the stones. Through the medicine, you can see the face of who is inside. In the Andes, I mean, if you get to think that these powerful plants, iboga is just a root, ayahuasca is a vine growing like bad grass, nobody cares, as these powerful spirits. Imagine the spirit that we human beings have. And if a plant, a little vine, has a spirit, why wouldn't a big, huge mountain, which is the highest expression of Mother Earth reaching heaven, would have not a spirit, which is what the Andean culture believes, the echoes, which they can hear them talking between themselves. And there is a hierarchy. So then you start being aware and conscious of everything around you. Hence, you respect, hence you take care of it because they're part of you. So that is why the name, because through this work, the only thing we do is make people heal themselves. Through their healings, they gain awareness. Through the awareness, they become conscious. Hence, we defeat the biggest disease nowadays in humanity, bit by bit. It's going slow, much slower than the other side of the scale. But and that is one of the reasons I'm doing my project, because I find myself in a situation now, because of the years I have been doing this work. I already explained 7,000 people have come in, 6 years? It's a lot. I think I am the only one Chaka-Runa. There is time for more Chaka-Runas to come. So whoever wants to learn the Chaka-Runa system, which is teachable, there is mysticism there, of course, but it's practical and teachable. You're more than welcome, because it's time to bring more powerful rich men and rich women in the world, that they can go around or embrace the people in Peru or other countries. And yeah, so that would be the answer to your question.
I love what you just said about the spirits of the plants and the spirits of the mountains. And when you realize what incredible gifts these beings are communicating to you, that you can't help but to want to take care of them. And I think that's what you were saying initially when you said that you went to do the plant medicine, and the plant said, well, you can leave, but when you come back, I'm taking all of you. And
yeah,
I just wonder,
there's no way out.
There's no way out. Yeah. I hear that from so many great shaman who say that they first heard the whisper, and then the whisper got louder, and then the whisper said, you better listen. And then the whisper said, okay, the next time you come back, I'm taking the whole package.
Yeah.
And
It's an
I just
order.
say that again.
It's more than an order,
Yeah.
because how can, I mean, I've seen this many times in Peru also, that these healers or curanderos are chosen by Mother Earth, by the river, by the lightning, by the community, by the plant itself many times. And then they whisper, and then they shout, and then they give an order. Of course, free will is there. I don't know until what point, but you can, I mean, somebody's telling you, hey, you have this gift, you have this power, I need you. And then you can say, no, not me, I'm sorry, look for somebody else. And that is one of the biggest sins, I would say, if I can use that word, because it's such a waste. It could have been given to somebody else, but it was given to you. And you say, no, thank you. And then it's not only about you anymore. It will give you yourself healing, and then you will be giving healing to the plant that is choosing you. So it's always an option, but at the end, there's no option.
I get it. So we're coming almost to the end of our time together. And honestly, Gino, you are such a great storyteller, and you're so full of wisdom. I really appreciate all of your wisdom and your time. I have one more question for you, which is, you are in relationship with the plants all the time. And I'm wondering if, just like the great mountains and the great teachers and the great shaman and all the prophecies from around the world right now, are there any messages that are coming from the plants? Are there any instructions for this time on our planet that the plants are trying to tell us?
They are not trying to tell us, they're shouting, they're screaming. Stop, look inside. respect and harmonious for everything around you, which is also how the Andeans live. That's why I bring people to the Queros too, because there you can really witness the meaning of the word respect, because they respect everything around. The river gets the water. I respect the river. I take care of the river clean. And the rain from the heavens make my crops grow, and then I take care of my little animals, alpacas, and the Mother Earth with the graze for grazing my animals so I can have food. It's all one thing, one cycle. If you live on respect, every chain will not be broken. And if you live in harmonious, then it means I am also the same as my alpaca and my crops and my maize and the river. You take care of me, I take care of you, which is Aini, reciprocity. It is very simple. So the message is look to the past and see how they made it work. Bring it to nowadays, maybe make it evolve a little bit, but if they made it work, why wouldn't we?
Beautiful.
So I would like to explain about the project that we are building in the Amazon in Peru. This has an origin because the healing process, let's say, takes time. It's like in a hospital, if you get surgery, you're going to be coming back to the hospital for a year, maybe, for therapy and so on. See, this is the same. But what I felt is that it's not the most healthy thing to do after this deep process with the plant medicines. Because I see people going on their knees, really grateful to the plants, healed, and then they go back home. They hit a big wall because they changed and nobody has changed back there, even the family. So they cannot feed, and then they're sucked into the big trap of the city, going back even worse than they were before. So that is why this vision came, that I needed to create a space for people to stay a little longer before going back to the city, to stay 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 1 month, give them a little house, bring your family, bring your kids, enjoy the Amazon, go to the river, no more medicine plants for you, no more ayahuasca. You can drink medicine plants for your body, for your system, do yoga, psychotherapy, coaching. Okay, 1 month is over, now you can go back home if you wish, shielded. You will not be very poor possibility to be sucked in again in the same, because we allow the medicine to sink in and reinforce it from the outside. That is the main purpose. And the second purpose was that our community is grown big. We are already 6,000, 7,000 around the world, in Oceania, New Zealand, Australia, in Asia, India, Japan, all around Europe, Scandinavia, Mexico, so America. So they were shouting, let's build a community, let's build a community. Because, as I said, when you go back home, when the change comes, it's very hard to fit in the normal social life. Let's say you don't enjoy anymore to talk about football, maybe, or nonsense or whatever. Doesn't fulfill you. Whatever fulfills all the other people, because they say they are still a little blind. Doesn't make you any better that you drop the veil. Everybody can do it at their own rhythm, but you don't fit in anymore. Doesn't resonate with you. So this was the call of all these people. Let's get us all together. We are no mask, no layers, same vibration, same noise. Let's make this happen. And the third purpose was also to tell to the system, I don't like your system. The system sucks. Listen like a little pilot, a little bubble, because all the things that are happening around, maybe I can see it will go a little bit lower and more dark still. And so this will create a place to grow, and wherever is your gift, to come here, make it grow, empower it, and share it among this beautiful community, which will start since 2024. We are opening possibilities of volunteering in December and January and so on, to build, to do agriculture, permaculture, and so on. 4 legs, shamanic healing center with all the other natural forms, yoga, breathwork, osteopathy. Shamanic school with all the Peruvian shamanic knowledge, plus also you can learn all the other natural healing processes. Human renaissance, coaching and guidance of managing your life back into your own power. You come here, we teach you how to use your power in your own life with your family. And the last leg would be the psychedelic research center for inviting people from hospitals, big pharma, or universities to come and gather information from our ceremonies, because that is what they need. They need data to make this legal in their country. All this within an eco village. This is our project. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
You don't mess around, Gino.
I hope I have the time. The clock is ticking. So I am only there to pass the torch. The land is there, 40 hectares, beautiful piece of heaven, 10 waterfalls inside the land. We need you. We need everybody that is willing to come to help build this pilot. When this works, we do another one in the Andes. When this works, let's go to Mexico. When this works, let's go to Costa Rica, and so on. Little bubbles, you know. And it has to start somehow. The system is corrupted, it's rotten, it doesn't work. It's proven to itself it doesn't work. So why not start something different, you know? And that I want to do before I leave. I will not see any change, but at least we can start something. And I hope I can count on it.
So, for anyone who is interested in learning more about Gino and his work, you can scroll down below this video and you will find links for how to contact Gino and learn more about getting involved with the Eco Village. And Gino, you have a couple of free gifts for the audience. One is a link to your podcast page, which has you being interviewed on all kinds of different subjects, from the Amazon to the mountains of Peru. Do you want to say anything about those podcasts, what people will find there?
You will find information regarding shamanism itself, how it all started, the Andean knowledge, the Amazonian knowledge, what is my view, and also what I have seen, how shamanism has been evolving since I went out of Peru in 2015 until now, what's happening around the world, and most likely that.
Great.
Yeah.
And the other gift that I'm most excited about, because I have wanted access to this for several years, is the link to a page that has your Icaros on it, your medicine songs. Would you say just a little bit about what an Icaro is and what people will find?
I will, of course. And also, I want to request respect for listening to this sacred music, because an Icaro is downloaded in the moment, most likely. It's a prayer and a calling to the plants and to the maestros to come in the space of the ceremony to give the healing. Sometimes they come and they go, sometimes they stay. So most of the Icaros there are my transmission from the plants. And there are also medicine music, we call them medicine music or music for the heart. That, of course, is beautiful to listen in the park, in your bed, or just to calm down your heart. It's really, really with a very, very balance and frequency to bring your emotions down. Icaros also can take you in a deep meditation, even to sleep. It's very good. So that is our gift to your community, my dear Tisha.
Thank you so much, Gino.
You're welcome.
So I am going to thank everyone for being here, and let you know before everyone leaves that Gino is also a Shaman's Directory ambassador, and you were one of the very first people to say yes when we were calling around saying, "Are we crazy thinking about putting this directory together?" And you said, "No, hurry up." So we just want to thank you for your support and your inspiration from the very start, Gino. Thank you so
Of
much.
course.
And
Thank you, Trisha, for inviting me, and I really appreciate the work you're doing, and it's bringing shamanic knowledge more at reach to everybody. It's something good.
thank you so much, Gino. And thank you, everyone who's listening. And we hope to see you again at our next interviews around the cosmic fire. Blessings to everyone.
Thank you, Trisha. See you.